right, we back. All right, we back. So let's get it, man. It's your boy Shane Official, man. You already know the vibes, man. So today we're gonna be covering a story about Lance Corporal Arnett. Yo, this is a crazy story, man. Like for those of you who have tuning in, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you follow, hit that notification bell, man. But we really gotta tackle this story, man. I really hate to see situations like this when, the military just use, whatever like finesse and like great area they can to like fuck Marines over, man. So I'm gonna let Nikki give you guys like pretty much. If you're not, by the way, this is my friend Nikki MGTV. If you're not, make sure you go follow, subscribe his YouTube channel. He did a great job with covering the details of the story, man. So let's go ahead and check it out.
I weirdly have such an intimate relationship covering, but I actually personally know this person from only years of working on the same base as them several years ago, and that is Lance Corporal Catherine Arnett, that has been in the forefront of some of the biggest news media out there, especially covering military news, as it looks like the military is doubling down on some quotations bogus kind of allegations against, and that's because her initial reason for even being under any kind of trouble or investigation was she had actually refused to get the COVID-19 vaccine, which has now been, redacted, and we all know that they backpedaled and they've said now you can serve without it. It's not a requirement, X, Y, and Z. So, but for her situation specifically, it looks like this has been an ongoing issue even after that was redacted. I will have to give some credit to Echo 7 Sierra, as he did cover the story before she even was brought back to the United States, and before she was actually in any kind of custody with the U.S. military in any capacity, as he was trying to get her story out beforehand, and this had been passed over onto the Terminal Chief Warrant Officer Instagram page, also known as TRMLX, where they cover this in depth. Everything was dropped, but now it looks like on their official release on their press website here, they lay out her charges, and this is what they say. They say that she was unauthorized absence. Lance Corporal Arnett was directed to report to the Eva County Passenger Terminal on 21 January 2023, but failed to do so. That was Article 86. They did Article 87 saying missing movement. Lance Corporal Arnett was ordered to board a rotator flight on January 22nd, 2023, in order to report to Separation Platoon aboard Camp Pendleton, California, in accordance with a separation order signed by the Commanding General, 1st Marine Aircraft Wing. She intentionally missed the flight. 87 Bravo. Breach of restriction. On 22 January 2023, Lance Corporal Arnett was ordered into pretrial restriction, see Enclosure 1, the same day she broke the terms of her restriction by refusing to stay in her barracks room. On 23 January 2023, the MAG-12 CEO reiterated the terms of her restriction to her and asked if she intended to comply with said terms. She stated that she would not comply with the terms. 92 article here says failure to obey order or regulation since 1 December 2022. Lance Corporal Arnett has repeatedly disobeyed lawful orders to change her barracks room due to her recent PCA and to complete tasks associated with executing her separation from the Marine Corps, which was ordered by the Commanding General, 1st Marine Aircraft Wing, see Enclosure 3. And then lastly, this is what the Chief Warrant Officer Terminal Instagram page is going over, is this bogus charge of forgery. Lance Corporal Arnett forged her then commanding officer's signature on an official document in order to regain Defense Travel Service permissions he had previously revoked. I have no idea what, things he restricted from her as far as travel goes, but I am a little amazed that they put her in this barracks room. I'm not sure if that was to say you may not leave this place until you're to get on your flight. I'm unsure of their thought process. They thought she was going to escape. If you look at her interview with Echo 7 Sierra, she does commend her service and says she just wants to serve and still honor her religious beliefs. She was very heavily influenced by her religious beliefs and things like that. So this is not like something I would say somebody was just faking or launching onto to try and have some kind of safety to not get it. I will say I personally did know this person. They were very involved with their religious beliefs. And it looks like from some of the documentation that Terminal Chief Warrant Officer got, it looks like they see some disparities based on what the true reason she was even locked up for. And that's because the forgery charge that you're seeing here that they're relying everything on as to why they would send her back and have all these other charges on top of that would not even be an issue unless that was true, which according to an email they're leaking here that was sent from the commanding officer to Catherine Arnett, it says this. It says, Lance Corporal Arnett, CNA number for Alaska is number whatever this is. The Mar Admin reference for the town and country was Mar Admin 152/22. The conference wasn't on base, but at the hotel. Thanks for your help. And they say this is an email from Arnett's CEO thanking her for her help after she had allegedly forged his signature to continue doing the job he was thanking her for. I understand how there is some confusion with this, and this does have a massive update as time has gone on, and Terminal Chief Warrant Officer has kept up with this story as there are more updates as she was originally held in the brig over in Okinawa, Japan, but then was sent over to the brig in Marine Corps Air Base Miramar. Lance Corporal Arnett update. An officer reached out to the Miramar brig last week. Officials told him that Arnett had access to a phone and could reach out anytime. A prominent Marine who I won't name visited yesterday and confirmed what we suspect. She's in solitary confinement, so officials lied about her having a phone. They claim only Arnett or her family can add people to the visitor list, but they are not letting her family see her. Hashtag shadow policy in full effect. Her mother was contacted and told verbatim she is eating and is fine. This was the only thing said to her. Her parents are at a loss as to how to reach out to their daughter. At this point, it is clear the Marine Corps wants to prevent Lance Corporal Arnett from speaking publicly by having access to anyone.
This game, you're not ready.
They're willfully breaking regulations and denying her of her constitutional right to even seek counsel while lying to anyone who reaches out and saying she can. This is all being done for one reason. She's a young junior enlisted Marine who publicly spoke out against the mandate and refused all of their unlawful coercion in taking the jab along with subsequent punishments after the fact. This simply is unacceptable to them, and they're sending a clear message that any resistance, even to unlawful orders, will be crushed. You better get invested in Arnett's situation because at this point it's clear she's a political prisoner, and we've seen the lengths this country will go to silence dissent. Due process gets revoked and people rot in jail cells unlawfully. Now, you're hearing a lot of this where people are making claims or accusations against the U.S. military on an official front here to kind of say, like, why are her rights being infringed on? And, you know, what is she being held for exactly? But the story gets a little bit more twisty here as we have our great friend of the channel. I won't say friend, I'll say person we've covered on the channel, Eddie Gallagher, who has had his own rights stepped on while he was in pretrial confinement that was discussed, also including Stuart Scheller as well, where people spoke out about this, where now I'd say this is the third iteration since I've done topics like this where I've seen people talking about rights being infringed on while they're in some kind of military confinement situation. This is what Eddie Gallagher had to say about this situation.
As of 5 days ago, she was thrown in solitary confinement in the Miramar brig for standing up for her beliefs, her religious beliefs, her rights, and due to the woke agenda in the military right now, they are punishing her for that. Okay, so we caught wind of this about 3 days ago from our good friend Giorgio Carrillo, who has been following her case. Not only did he contact us, he contacted a lot of other officials in Congress and a lot of other influential people across the United States, and the Marine Corps caught wind of it. And so as of 9 p.m. last night, they released her out of solitary confinement in the brig with nothing. They just kicked her out and said, you're out of here. So let me tell you what that tells me. Is they knew what they were doing was wrong. And what is so disgusting is these officers who have been dealing with her situation, among all other officers who have known about this, do not have the backbone to speak up, because I know deep down they know what they are doing to this young woman is wrong. All right? They can sit there and spew out all their military propaganda, oh, you know, conduct unbecoming, and we stand for this and this and this. It's bullshit. All right? You know what you are doing to this woman is wrong, but you don't have the backbone to speak up. It's because the whole military leadership has been castrated by this woke agenda, all right? You guys are persecuting this young woman because she's a Christian and she's standing up for her beliefs, and you're gonna throw her in solitary confinement so she can't speak out anymore? It's bullshit. And I'll tell you what, the Pipe Hitter Foundation is getting behind her right now, and we're going to blow this thing up and call you out for the cowards that you are. We are tired of it. We're tired of this whole agenda. We're tired of this woke crap, and the American people are as well.
So those are the talking heads that are out there talking about the situation. I do not see any stories talking about this as far as like Task and Purpose, a Marine Corps Times, Stars and Stripes. I don't see anybody else really picking up this story right now. So I'm wanting to talk about it and see your thoughts on this kind of things. Do you think that this is just, her being released because there's now some kind of media pressure to let her out? Or do you think that there was some justified belief as this one signature was the whole reason why she's being held up and actually being put in solitary confinement? I'd like to hear what you guys think. I'm waiting to have her come on the channel if we can later on to hear kind of the stories of how this unfolded, because this has been several months since this came out and we really have heard nothing until right now in the past couple days. So if you guys want to check out the Pipe Hitter Foundation, I'll link that down below. But as always, the topic of this video is going to be discussed down in the comments below. Leave your comments down there. Let me know if you guys want me to cover something else. You can also hit me up over on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, TikTok, or down in the comments below. I love you guys. I'll see you next time.
All right, bet, chat. We back. Can y'all hear me? I want to make sure y'all can hear me and we get into this, man. What's up? Can y'all hear me clear, man? I want to make sure y'all can hear me clear so I can give y'all my point of view of this whole story, man. Because this is really crazy. So, when it comes to this situation, man, you see how they try to like flip the script. So it's like the same person that revoked her rights, right? Correct. Which her not wanting to get the vaccine, I'm still confused on why her permissions at work were taken away. Remember I told y'all whenever I was going through with my command in San Diego, they took away my permissions at work. This is the type of shit they do, right? And this is a whole commanding officer taking her rights away at work just because she didn't want to get the vaccine, because there's no other valid reason of why you took her permissions away. Now she gets her permissions back because, for what I'm told, she used a form that has his pre-signature, so she didn't forge his signature, right? But yet there's email proof of him going back and forth emailing her, thanking her for her help with work. And he's the one that took away her permission, so he's the only one that would know that if she's back working, she had to use one of the forms that had his pre-signature. But he didn't say nothing then. You get what I'm saying? But once the COVID thing didn't fall through, when the new mandate came out that you couldn't be separated no more because if you didn't get the vaccine, now they reach back and go, yeah, she also forged the CO's signature, and yeah, like we want to charge her with this, we want to charge her with that. Man, it's fucking bullshit, man. Yo, like I don't understand how people don't see like this whole woke thing. Like it's really, yo, man. All I'm saying is that Marine should have never been in the brig. I've heard she's been released, but last information that I got, she was being checked into a psychiatric hospital, but she is not doing well. Think about the trauma that's going to forever be embedded into that young lady, man. But they don't care. They don't care. They're gonna treat you as is, like trample over all your rights, even the little bit of rights you do have. She in the brig and you're not gonna let her be able to contact a lawyer, contact her family, right? Because you don't want information to get out. You don't want word to get out. Because I covered this story before, right? When it first happened, I covered this story. You know how many messages I got? How many people of higher rank, because I was still in the military, was contacting me, telling me like, oh, you need to take that down. Hey, where you stationed at? Hey, let me talk to you. What's your number? But I was still in the military, so I took it down. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to speak about it now, man. And straight up, dog, like, I'm just telling y'all, if you want to be in the military, go for it, yo. You're literally just like, if you want to join the military, go for it. Kudos. That's cool. You know, I would never say, like, never join the military. I'm not anti-military. But what I'm telling you is, there are people within these organizations who will ruin your life and traumatize you forever. And then tell you go to the VA to be compensated for it. Like, in the military, you are literally guilty to proven innocent. Straight up. Straight up. You walk into every situation proving that you didn't. If you can't prove that you didn't do it, you're fucked. Straight up. Guilty to proven innocent. Straight up. They can have bare minimum evidence and they will convict you. You got to have the whole book of evidence that you didn't do it to get off. The slightest order they can bend or manipulate, they're going to fuck you, man. They're going to charge you. They don't give a fuck. They don't care. There are people in these organizations that do not care. They stand for one thing only. Themselves. They don't care about nothing else. If this is going to appease the left, the woke, generation, we're going to push the agenda. Forget about you and all your hard work. Imagine being in the military 16 years and you got one more contract left to retirement. You done did deployments. You done did everything for your country. You sacrificed time with family. You missed funerals, time with your kids. And then because of your religious beliefs, you didn't want to get the vaccine. They separated you from the military. After everything you did, because you didn't want to abide by the woke agenda, they kick you out. Right? Then, as you're kicked out, didn't get to do your full 20 to get your pension, you see a new mandate come out that says, oh, we're no longer, kicking people out with the vaccine, so like, for everybody who's, already been kicked out, I don't know. You want to come back in? Like, what kind of bullshit is that? Like people don't have to get out, start a whole new life when they didn't plan to get out just yet. And then you're going to be like, yeah, you come back. No, man, nobody wants to fucking do that, man. Like, if you guys are not tracking, you guys are not following, man, listen, Terminal Chief One Officer on Instagram, he's definitely tracking on this case, as Nikki spoke about. Actually, let's go to his page real quick. Let's go to his page. Got his page pulled up right here. So I'm gonna go back to when he first covered the story, because I seen it when he first covered it. I don't know if I went too far back just yet. Let me see, because he's been very updated on this story. That's how I've been keeping up with it. There it goes right here. So this is when everything first kicked off, right? This is, what date is this? When was this? January, right? This is back in January. We're almost in June, right? This is in January. Malicious compliance. Marine faces retaliation in second court-martial for misconduct at the first court-martial is thrown out due to removal of mandate. Do you hear that? She gets tried in a second court-martial for misconduct at the first court-martial, thrown out due to removal of mandate. This girl gets put in the brig because we couldn't get her for not getting the vaccine. We gonna find something else to get you with. That's how they do. You can never like beat a situation in the military and think you off scot-free. No, they're going to get you. They're not gonna stop. They don't want to feel like you got over on them. They're not going to stop. Look, says Lance Corporal Catherine Arnett is no stranger to our page. I praised her months ago for her very courageous and public stance against the mandate despite the coercion her command was putting on her. Now she's potentially moments away from being thrown in the brig. There is a laundry list of trumped up and phony charges being thrown at her after the corpse was forced to throw out the charges from her first court-martial in September. So this is September of last year. This is a prime example of how the shadow policy hard at work within the Pentagon. Those who spoke out against the mandate will be punished. Those who refuse to bend to the unlawful coercion of the DOD will be made an example of. I'm telling you, man, this is how they will do you, right? And this was back in January, right? Like when everything first kicked off, when they started coming after her after they couldn't get her for not getting the vaccine, bro. So, and mind you, this is in Iwakuni, where my first duty station was, where I literally straight up attempted suicide when I was there because I was going through so much, man. Like, let's go up. Let's see if we can find the other post that I was just on. Let's see. Fuck with me, guys. Let me know if I pass it, chat. Let me know if I passed. I think this is the next one, right? Incarcerated Marine fears for her life as she's subjected to phony charges and transferred stateside. This is April, right? Back in January, when we were talking about this, how they were going to try to attack her with all these miscellaneous bullshit charges, right? Lance Corporal Arnett was incarcerated based on phony charges, which has since been dismissed, but the subsequent charges were maintained. She now fears for her life and has stated she will not eat or drink until she speaks to the Commandant of the Marine Corps. Twitter handle posting the story is whatever this is. Need your help with this one. Tag Senator Cruz and anyone in Congress you want, and tag everything Marine Corps related. You know what's crazy? You know why people like Cruz ain't gonna help? Because they're a part of pushing the woke agenda. They're not gonna help, man. They're not gonna help. I guarantee you, they're not gonna help. Like, we need to apply pressure on these people to help this Marine. Like, y'all, like, imagine if this was you. If you're in the military right now, imagine if this was you. If you're a parent out there right now, imagine if this was your daughter. Your daughter that you sent off from home to start a new life. Like, this is now the situation that your daughter is in. Your sister. Your cousin. This is tough, man. This is real tough, man. I don't like shit like this, because this could have been me. This could have been you. Like, it's crazy, man. Now we're going to come back to where we are now, right? Pipe _hitter_ foundation picked up Lance Corporal Arnett's case. I'm going to reserve my tough guy keyboard warrior speech for a follow-up podcast, but I'll simply say that I've learned over the last 24 hours has me more enraged than I was before. To say that justice and rule of law was cast aside for the whims of maniacal commanders and officers going rogue is an understatement. Link to donate will be on their page in our stories. Let's get to work. So this post right here with 1,500 likes. This right here is 4 days ago. So the Pipe Hitter Foundation picked up this case. Hopefully they can help her. As you can see, medal recipient. We have people with medal recipients that are reaching out to help as well, because as you see that he went through the same thing where they trampled on his rights, wouldn't allow him to talk to a lawyer, wouldn't allow him to talk to his family, anything, just no contact. But yet they lied and said that Lance Corporal Arnett had a phone and was able to connect and talk to people. Like, just like when I told you when my junior Marine committed suicide and they would not allow her mother to contact me because they knew Like this propaganda that they push, man, it's insane. It's insane, man. And y'all need to wake up and see what's happening around you, man. I'm just saying. Like, I'll tell y'all, man, I'm not anti-military. I'm not. I joining the Marine Corps, I learned a lot. You know, when it came to having discipline, I got that. That's what I went there for. But the bullshit that came with it, I didn't want that. So I got out. Straight up. You literally have to, like, what they say, drink the Kool-Aid. Nah, I didn't want to drink the Kool-Aid. That's it. I didn't want to drink the Kool-Aid. So that's no knock on me. But this is what I need everybody to do, man. I need everybody who's watching this, man. If you're watching this live, appreciate you, man. Hit that like button, man. Make sure you subscribe. Hit that notification bell. But if you're catching up to the story, man, this your first time hearing this story, man. Hey, man, start reaching out to people, man. Start contacting people. Start knocking on doors. We need to get people involved in this, man. We need to make sure that everybody knows what's going on, that this is publicized. It's everywhere. It's mainstream media news, man. So I need everybody, man, to do Lance Corporal Arnett a favor, because I am going to use my platform to help her in every single possible way that I can. Because goddamn, man, I went through some bullshit with leadership, man. And this is to the utmost extreme. I could only imagine if I had to sit in the brig without being able to contact my family. Any legal advice? And they're telling people that I have a phone and I'm able to contact. That's, man, it's crazy, man. And this is insane, man. I really can't. I am like, this is mind blowing that this is happening. Like right under our noses. Like Marine Corps Times isn't covering it. It's nowhere. No, the Marine Corps is not covering this story at all, because they're covering it up, because they're dragging this girl through the mud because she didn't want to fall in line. And when you don't fall in line, you will be punished severely. Straight up. It's how the Marine Corps has always worked. Always. So I'm just letting you guys know, man, I ain't telling everybody, that they shouldn't be in the military or they should get out. I'm just letting you know that if you join, what you're going to get. Feel what I'm saying? So I'm just letting you know what you're going to get when you do join. Go in there and, hey, by all means, go in there and get yours, Get your benefits, get what you got to get. Like I tell people, it's nothing wrong to use it as a stepping stool, man. But 20? Bullshit. Bullshit. Hey, I don't know what they on, man. But nah, man, this story's real crazy, man. Don't want to air their dirty laundry. Yeah, that's all it is, man. Yo, this is insane. Yo, this story is crazy, man. And okay, now we got this post right here. This is the one that Nikki MGTV read on his stream. And look, Terminal Chief Announcer says the same thing. Is this what we send our sons and daughters off to when they sign up to serve this country? Is law and order so far beyond reach anymore that troops can be falsely accused and locked away for months on end without resource? This whole entire case is disgusting. It's wild, man. And we can even look at the comments, man. Like, this person says, stop joining the military. Because it's stuff like that. Like, they say, like, people like me making the videos that I make people not want to join the military. No. There's so many people who join the military because they watch my videos and my content, right? These types of things, man, doing this type of shit to people is what make people not want to join. Because, look, stop joining the military, right? Because people are hearing about shit like this, and they're like, what the fuck? Man, I'm not about to join the military. Like, no. Look, I had my eyes open to the extent of the manipulation and corruption in the Marine Corps justice system last year during my own situation, 8 months later, and I'm still struggling to move forward thanks to falsified documents, false allegations, etc. Mind blown what people in position of power can get away with. So thankful that the injustices of the Marine situations are being exposed. I'm telling you, bro, like it's no secret. Like the gig is up, man. The gig is up. It's no secret anymore that they are really like screwing people's careers. If you're not liked, if you don't buy into the system, you're done. Straight up. If you don't buy into the system, you don't agree with what's happening, you're done, man. And that's just how they're gonna do you. And there's nothing you can do about it. Literally nothing you can do about it. Because even if whatever rights you may have, as you've seen with Lance Corporal Arnett, bro, they'll still throw you in the brig and not let you talk to nobody and just, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is insane, man. There hasn't been any updates. Whenever we get more updates on this story, man, I'm gonna tune in with you guys. But I really appreciate you guys for watching. If you're catching this live, if you're just watching this for the first time, whenever I get more updates, man, we're gonna tune back in some more, man. But hey, it's your boy Shane Official, man. Hey, let's make sure we get out there and start contacting people, man. Or hey, Lance Corporal Arnett, she needs our help, and we're gonna provide that. All right.